Have you ever stopped to consider that the very heart of Golden State's future might be hiding a fragility we never saw coming? Could the spark that ignited so many playoff nights actually mask an underlying fault line about to shake the dynasty? What if the hero we celebrated for his fearless drives is secretly battling a setback that could redefine his entire trajectory and ours as fans? Welcome back to Warriors News Fan Report, everyone. Today we're peeling back the curtain on a stunning development surrounding Brandon Pajimsky that's left the Bay buzzing. Smash that like button, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Imagine this, the Warriors' dynamic young guard, fresh off a rookie season that had us cheering for every pull-up three and gasp at every drive to the rim, has voluntarily headed back under the knife, this time for a core muscle surgery that no one saw coming. It all began when whispers surfaced that Pajimsky was still feeling discomfort in his abdomen, an echo of that nagging strain he suffered late last year. But when Golden State's medical team confirmed the second procedure, jaws dropped across the NBA. Why would they risk disrupting the momentum of a burgeoning star with another operation before he's even had a full offseason? To understand the gravity, let's rewind. Last season, Brandon emphatically stamped his name on the Warriors' rotation. In 60 for regular season games, 33 of those as a starter. He averaged near double-digit points, snagged rebounds like a seasoned forward, and dished assists with a court vision beyond his years. His signature blend of strength in the paint and lethal shooting from beyond the arc had us dreaming of all-star aspiration. Then came that brusque pause in late December, a core muscle strain that sidelined him for a dozen games. Many assumed that rest and rehab would be enough to get him back to full throttle. But playoff time told a different story. Yes, he still flashed brilliance in the bubble-like intensity of the postseason, erupting for career highs and putting fear into rival defenses. Yet every drive seemed to remind us that he wasn't playing entirely free. Every twist and turn came with a subtle wince, every leap a slight hesitation. By the time Golden State waved goodbye to the postseason, whispers grew louder. The injury hadn't healed as cleanly as advertised. Some insiders claimed the team feared that delay in surgery would risk a more serious tear, one with far longer recovery. Others suggest Brandon himself pushed to tough it out, to not let his rookie run in on the bench. Now, with the regular season still months away, Brandon has chosen the scalpel over stress. This second surgery, aimed at reinforcing the core muscle area, signals a willingness by both player and franchise to bet on long-term gain over immediate availability. Some analysts wonder if this marks a turning point in how the Warriors manage emerging talents, finally embracing a more cautious, science-driven approach to player health. Could it be that Golden State has learned from past eras, where veterans like Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson juggled nagging injuries without ever finding a perfect protocol? Is this the start of a new blueprint, one where youth pipelines are nurtured with state-of-the-art sports medicine rather than mere rest days? Of course, this move doesn't occur in a vacuum. Rival teams are circling. The Lakers, fresh off their own injury tribulations, have watched star wings come and go on crutches. The Clippers have managed load management like an art form, but still seen their title hopes stalled by hidden ailments. Now, as Brandon heads into recovery, the whispers among Western Conference foes grow. Is Golden State weakening its rotation, or are they cleverly engineering an ironclad core for the back half of the season? Some insiders believe this strategy could confuse opponents desperate to scout an incomplete roster. Could this calculated gamble give the Dubs a late-season edge, catching rivals off guard when Pajimsky returns healthier than ever? Back home, Bay Area fan hubs are aflame with debate. One camp worries that the surgeries in rapid succession could fracture on-court chemistry, delaying the championship push and forcing Stephen Curry and Draymond Green to shoulder heavier burdens early on. Another camp argues that Brandon's dedication to clearing every physical hurdle speaks to a Warrior mentality, the same grit that built dynasties in Oakland and San Francisco. Imagine a Pajimsky at 110%, darting through defenses with full confidence, rising effortlessly for floaters, and letting loose uncontested triples that crack the net without a hint of discomfort. That version of him could be the ultimate X-factor come playoff time. History offers intriguing parallels. Think back to the mid-2000s, when Tim Duncan underwent microfracture surgery and returned to redefine longevity in our sport. Or consider how Kawhi Leonard's embrace of rest and reconstruction transformed him into a postseason juggernaut. If Brandon follows that lineage healing thoroughly, then building on a body fortified by modern medical breakthroughs, Golden State might witness the most well-timed breakout in franchise history. Could Pajimsky's second surgery be less a setback and more the origin story of a legend in the making? At the same time, the human element looms large. Here's a kid who arrived in the Bay with a grin as bright as his shooting stroke, glowing with gratitude to share the court with icons. Now, as he endures rehab and rehabilitation exercises that extend for months, the mental battle will be fierce. Will he lose a step in confidence? Or will this adversity mold him into a player with an unshakable resolve? Some psychologists suggest that overcoming significant physical trials can deepen competitive drive. Could this chapter in Brandon's journey instill a toughness that translates to ice-cold killer instincts in clutch moments? One thing's certain, the narrative around Pajimsky is shifting from mere rookie wonder to a saga of resilience. Every twist and turn in his recovery timeline will dominate headlines. Every update from Warriors practice shots will be scrutinized, frame by frame. As fans, we're not just watching a medical report unfold. We're witnessing the forging of identity both for the player and the team's ethos. Will the Bay rally behind this second surgery as proof that Golden State spares no resource to protect its rising stars? Or will the skeptics point to the risk of over-medicalizing youth, arguing that too many procedures could stifle natural growth? But what do you think about all of this? Personally, as a Warriors supporter, I believe that if Brandon emerges from this process stronger, more agile, and pain-free, his sophomore season could become a defining moment in franchise lore. And I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. If you're as hyped as I am for Warriors News Fan Report, smash that like button, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of the drama in blue and gold. In the wake of Brandon Pajimsky's second offseason surgery, whispers around the Bay aren't confined to his recovery timeline. They've exploded into full-blown conjecture about how this setback could catalyze seismic roster moves. Imagine this. While Brandon rehabs, the front office quietly floats the notion of pairing Steph Curry with Luka Doncic, the megastar they acquire in a blockbuster swap. That would rewrite everything we thought we knew about Golden State's future. Could this be the moment when Dub Nation dares to dream even bigger? Trading shot-making royalty for a once-in-a-generation talent who could instantly elevate the franchise back to title-contending status. Let's break it down. Luka's track record against the Warriors in recent playoffs is nothing short of sensational, averaging 31.9 points, 9.8 rebounds, and 7.3 assists per game, while drilling 37.7% from downtown. Now picture him in Warriors blue, his step-back J raining down alongside Curry's gravity-defying threes, creating defensive nightmares for every opponent. Some insiders believe that with Pajimsky sidelined, Golden State could leverage those unallocated minutes to sweeten the Curry for Doncic deal, preserving youth pieces like Kuminga and Moody while resetting the championship clock. Could this mean we watch Steph and Luka orchestrate pick-and-roll ballet that rivals even the Celtics' Big Three era? Of course, trading Curry would be unimaginable to many, but isn't the unimaginable what championship dynasties are built on? Meanwhile, in the here and now, Brandon's absence forces Steve Kerr to rethink his rotation. Jonathan Kuminga's minutes are on the rise, with Pajimsky in rehab protocols. The sophomore phenom could see his usage spike from 15 to 22 minutes per night, tasked with filling the defensive void and carrying more offensive responsibility. On the wing, Hamidou Diallo's injury recovery may coincide with Brandon's return timeline, meaning Moses Moody might log heavier to guard duty, testing his ability to attack closeouts without the usual spacing Pajimsky provides. Then there's Bronny James, yes, LeBron's son, a darling of the social feeds whenever he steps on court. If Brandon's core isn't 100% by camp opener, Bronny could find himself as the 10th man on more nights than expected, scrapping for garbage time reps that could accelerate his learning curve. Some fans are wondering if this is Steve Kerr's stealth plan to fast-track Bronny's development by giving him a taste of real minutes under pressure. Is it possible that an injury to one rising star becomes a springboard for another? And what about Draymond Green? His role as defensive anchor and emotional leader is unquestioned. But could the front office use this moment to recalibrate Draymond's minutes as well? To rest his historically creaky back and knees more often, a staggered roster with two veteran load management stalwarts and a healthy Brandon back from surgery might create fresh synergy. aligning perfectly against playoff opponents tired of chasing one-dimensional lineups. Over in Los Angeles, Nuggets fans are licking their lips at the prospect of a Warriors still finding their footing come April. Denver's own big man rotation featuring Jokic's orchestrations, and Porter Jr.'s athletic finishing thrives when Golden State's spacing is disrupted. The thunderous clap scene around Thunder Country wouldn't be for Donovan Mitchell's shot, but for the rumbling realization that the Dubs might be short-handed until midseason. Clippers supporters, ever the opportunists, are lobbying on social media for an Iman Shumpert-style trade pitch will take Pajimsky's rehab minutes and give you a proven-to-way guard to hold the fort. Could this mean rival GM circles Golden State as the must-strike target ahead of draft day? Playoff implications are even more tantalizing. A fully healthy Brandon rejoining an optimized rotation in March could come at the exact moment when the shelves are bare and teams are fatigued. Imagine Curry and Luka executing wide-open isolations, Kuminga using his freakish athleticism as a closer, and Draymond's chaos-making on defense, all under the guiding brilliance of Kerr's adjustments. Some insiders believe that if the Warriors can mask Brandon's early absence with strategic load management and then unleash him at full bore in the postseason, we could witness one of the most potent late-season surges in modern NBA history. Off the court, the commentary has been electric. Adrian Wojnarowski tweeted, "Warriors quietly surveying Dallas assets as Pajimsky rehabs. Some execs see potential in a Curry-Ford Doncic conversation." Shams Charania chimed in, sources, Golden State firm on protecting core force legacy, exploring best scenarios for long-term championship viability. Even Andre Iguodala, via an Instagram story, posted a cryptic "Trust the process, trust the people" message over a photo of Chase Center under construction fueling fuel for every rumor mill in the Bay. Meanwhile, fans on Twitter are divided. One thread reads, "Trading Steph is sacrilege," while another counters, "If it brings a banner in 2026, sign me up." At bars near Telegraph Avenue, diehards debate whether leaning into youth or doubling down on proven stars is the path to lasting greatness. Some assert that Brandon's surgery saga highlights a deeper truth. Health is the ultimate championship currency, and those who master it will reign supreme. Through it all, the specter of Brandon's return looms large. The day he bursts off the training table, core strengthened by surgery and rehab, could be the fulcrum on which this season pivots. Will we look back and see his sacrifice as the keystone of another Golden State dynasty? Or will we remember this summer as the moment when the franchise dared to reimagine itself, trading icons for icons and rewriting history yet again? Is this bold enough to bring another banner to Chase Center? Personally, as a ride-or-die member of Dub Nation, I believe that the Warriors' willingness to endure a delayed start, explore seismic trades, and lean on youth speaks to an organization unafraid of reinvention, because true greatness demands evolution, not nostalgia. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, share your thoughts, and subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report so you never miss another explosive update.